But yeah, blind ban in the Deadwood, as you put it. So just like they did the first game, really don't want to have Swindlemelons deal with that, or deal against it with being played by Swindlemelons, of course.
Just because, yeah, that is probably his signature hero. I mean,
As of late,
would
yeah.
you say the same?
Yeah, as of late, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Get some hydration there. It's a long day. All right, but anyways, the locking phase, Keeper of the Forest, the first lock coming out. Tempest Parasite to follow. As I said, the Rally Pebbles, and then Fade actually to finish things off here, coming out from Swindlemelon. So possibly we could see Fade this game too in that locked one. I know, especially Stay Green, they love to run that Fade if given the opportunity. So perhaps. Actually, I need to go on D&D once again. Let me chat disconnect. Might as well get ready for that. There we go. All right, Zephyr going to be banned right there as well, as we see so far coming out. Again, looks like, what else is banned? The Zephyr, the Engineer, Plague Rider, the Tundra. There's Nymphora, and now we got Swindlemelons with the final ban coming out. So we will see. This time around, Master Bomb's on the board.
Once we see that, we see the Fade Pebbles lock. There's a Rally thrown there. Right now, it's the kind of thing where, I mean, they could get Tempest and Parasite, but right now, I think they're just going to get one of the Tempest or Keeper combo each, and then obviously they're going to go for one of the Pebbles, Rally or Fade for each team here. The ban's pretty much already well underway, as we saw. The Tundra ban still against, you see that more so against Complexity than any other team. Moon sort of known for his Tundra there. The cheesy bans all across the board, and Master of Arms first picked. I mean, people like to deny that from SG. I would also expect to see a Keeper of the Forest first pick here coming out from Complexity.
Again, it seems like Complexity, sure, they run a carry themselves too. I mean, Hackstring can play just fine, but it does seem like, they maybe lean a little bit towards running that support. But obviously that is the utility of Master of Arms. He can be played ultimately in any of those roles, and kind of leaves that question mark there for the opposition of it not being a set role necessarily, or a set lane even. So, but yeah, the first pick, Master of Arms, coming out. Stay Green now, their chance to respond. Again, you got your carry options, some strong ones on the board, but especially with Stay Green, they tend to stray away from more of those hard carry options.
Yeah, you don't see them run Dragon. You don't see them run Silhouette. You'll see them run heroes that taper into the late game, but they're heroes that more have like instead of it being, I don't know, imagine a graph where you see like early game, late game, and it's like low, and then bursts up high once they hit the late game potential. They run heroes that sort of steadily increase the entire way. That is more their flavor.
You know what we haven't seen from Stay Green, specifically Slicks, actually, in a while, is that Forsaken Archer, man. That's a signature hero.
Yeah, FA's all right, and we haven't seen him play the Swiftblade in a while either.
Yeah.
Arachna, we saw it being picked up a couple times during GSL. Still a definite option here, especially knowing that Complexity is opting to go Keeper first pick. At least I get that vibe very heavily. I would suggest it even.
Illuna Magmus. Now, Illuna Magmus is considered to be a powerful lane, of course, but in this case, you maybe expect it to eventually be swapped to Keizu's hands and perhaps running that Suicide Magmus, as we've seen a lot lately. So.
Now, and especially with Rally being locked, that just goes to show they're not really... Well, I mean, they could have grabbed it. I mean, they know actually they probably could have grabbed it, but maybe they want to have the Pebbles and a hero like Rally, and they figure they have to get one or the other. That's actually more of my logic, is that they probably want to grab Pebbles. And if they're grabbing Pebbles, they're not going to be able to get Rally because they're taking the Tempest or their Parasite, probably the Tempest. And in a case like that, it is wise for them to pick Magmus here, knowing they won't get it.
Yeah. Back to Complexity now. Both these teams, I mean, again, kind of in the first game, I think I remember yesterday, too, kind of being, or not yesterday, but, wait, was that yesterday? No, it wasn't yesterday. It was, anyways, when they played Stay Green last, Complexity, they both used quite a bit of time in this lockpicking phase, and eventually use almost all their extra time. So both these captains pondering their decisions here.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Richard Hack is still on the board, but so is... I said Arachna. I don't know if they'll wind up going for it or not. We did see them ran it very effectively, especially against the Keeper of the Forest. I do like the Pharaoh pickup here, knowing that they're going to grab Tempest and they're playing for the Keeper. Nice setup, I would say. Are you going to do it? I mean...
Going the Arachna. So we're going to see her from Stay Green. Again, they're little time left, only about 20 seconds in total here, so need to make that decision fairly quickly. Yes, they are.
So good, man.
You got it. You got it down. You're in the mind of Swindlemelons. I know what he's thinking.
Yeah, and here's the Keeper of the Forest. Responded with Pebbles plus Tempest, I would say.
Pebbles Tempest, huh?
That's my guess.
It
Watch
makes
me be
sense.
wrong here.
That would make a lot of sense, yeah.
So it happens if you get arrogant, you just get body slammed.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe go the Fade here.
Yeah, they
do like
could
to
very
go
well
the
go
Fade, too,
Fade as well.
instead of the Pebbles.
Yeah, and they
Bathroom.
still call them Pebbles Tempest. We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
Fade Tempest.
Aha. I'll take credit for that one.
You win.
I win
You
this
win.
time around. You know what that also inherently does? It takes Fade out of the hands of Complexity, as they could have very likely gone to themselves. Again, we end up seeing both Pebbles and Fade.
Both heroes are very strong. You see
Yeah.
them counter-locked against each other for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Either option wouldn't have been bad. I just expected a little bit more to see the high burst. I mean, SG is known for their great Fade play, don't get me wrong. I've just seen them favoring Pebbles and Deadwood a bit more lately. Maybe it's because it's been banned out. And there's Line Stun synergy coming out here between Fade, between Magmus. Excellent option no matter how you look. I do like the way both teams shaped up. They were both sort of having the read on each other from the start. They're like, oh, we're going to get Raptor, they're going to go Keeper, we got this. And then, they sort of had the line they wanted. And then Legion side, they're like, okay, we got a Pebbles pick here. We got the Keeper of the Force to sort of counter the Tempest alongside the Pharaoh. It's going to make it a lot harder for him to get good ultis off. Took the Master of Arms early. So both teams sort of felt like they were getting the draft they wanted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure both teams definitely comfortable with what they ended up with. So obviously, as you saw there in the chat, though, gonna sit in a pause here, as have another bathroom break real quickly. But coming back in again, there was that new rule that was just implemented today. That was posted by Roland, one of the head admins for HoN Tour, that if your game is being streamed, obviously this one is, then you can only pause for up to 5 minutes to prevent any chance of looking at the stream after, of course, being on a 6-minute delay. And looking to maybe see where lanes are going or whatever. You only need to do that, though, up until the 30-second mark of when the creeps spawn and everything. So after that, though, if necessary, you can pause longer. But again, hopefully, doesn't have to be that case in the end. So, but yeah, hopefully you'll be back soon, though, and can continue on with game number. What is technically game number 2 here? Obviously, we're tied at 1 game apiece. As a result of Complexity coming from the winners bracket, they were up 1-0, but then Stay Green winning that technically first game there. Hacks run on the Master of Arms, so obviously going to be playing that carry role himself. Franzi on Torture, one of the support Torture. Where are we going to expect to see them? Probably see that Pharaoh Suicide, of course, being played by Moon Meander here. This Arachna skin, man. Spider.
Spider. It's pretty much just we're going to see the standard Keizu Suicide here. A Luna Fade, Arachna top lane, Chessie jungle, Riser. Is he going to go Suicide or jungle? No, he's going jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moon Meander, Suicide, yada, yada, yada. I got Master of Arms short lane. Yeah, the lanes are pretty much telling.
Now, obviously, Stay Green, they're going to have the week off here in the sense of not really having to worry about any tournaments because they've already qualified for GSL. They're going to Thailand already. They won the first qualifier, obviously. They beat Trademark Esports and Complexity, actually, in that tournament, remember. They beat TDM in the finals, of course, 2-0, but they beat Complexity in the semifinals, 2-1, actually. So that was that on top of them playing in the semifinals of this cycle, of course. But Complexity, on the other hand, they're going to be taking place, or at least I assume that they're going to be playing tomorrow for the GSL with Trademark Esports and all those other.
There's no way in hell they're missing it. This is
Oh yeah,
this is what every team has been waiting for, man.
Yep, it's one of several things, yeah, but it's definitely a big one for that. And actually, there was GhostedGamers.net, shout out to those guys. They did an interview with Swindlemelons that I read a little bit of. But there was a quote that was, or really a question that was asked along the lines of, what are you looking more forward to, Las Vegas or Thailand? Because, of course, Las Vegas, assuming that they are going to be going with the HoN Tour, which they, let's be honest, very likely are. He said Thailand 100%, and it was a very quick and short answer, apparently. So
I mean, okay, look, so we this is Vegas is not going to say in our backyard. I mean, he's in Miami, but it's definitely less exotic than, say, getting to travel all the way to Thailand. And also, Swindlemelons probably holds on to memories of that DYA event, which he, to date, will say is the most fun land he's been at. So getting to mingle with the Asian scene again, it's just a whole different experience. There's going to be so many teams there, so many players. And, don't get me wrong, Vegas is going to be off the wall. It's going to be awesome. But it's there's just a lot more variety, I think, coming out of this Thailand event. It's exciting.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, I definitely see what he's going through, and honestly, if I was asked the same question, I don't know if I'd be instantly 100% Thailand by any means, but yeah, Thailand is obviously going to be a lot of fun for the reasons that you're saying. So it's going to be great. I mean, again, we have obviously a lot of awesome events coming up, including those two. So cannot wait. But also, what I can't wait for is to get this game 2 started. And you hear the horn blown right there, so the creeps be spawning here in just a second. There we go. Of course, Keeper of the Forest going to do the good old animated tree run by and to pull the creep wave all the way back to the well, basically.
Drive by Cactuar, just taking those creeps in.
Yep.
That's got to be Final Fantasy inspired, right? I mean, is there any doubt in mind?
I never played Final Fantasy.
You never played Final Fantasy Break? You just
never
any
did.
of the games? Like, oh god.
I didn't.
Okay. Alright, you're a bad gamer.
Oh, I was never into the PlayStation side.
Okay, that's
so,
fair. Super Nintendo, man?
I was Sega, man.
Okay.
Genesis.
I played Sega. Okay, anyway.
Give me some Sonic. All right, so anyways, the landing phase coming about right here again. Pebbles, Torture versus your Fade, Aluna mid. Right off the bat, Torture applying the chain reactions. I mean, making a statement that he's going to be there to apply some good harassment. You see either side having a favor here?
Yeah, well, I'll make my opinion is sort of known on this, but I think in a straight up lane, no major runes or drive-by ganks or something like that to keep in mind of. I think Pebbles plus Tort or Pebbles laner in general is a bit stronger. He can usually survive the Fate combo and then turn around quite well. A little bit harder with the Tort, doesn't have the lockdown potential of a Glacius per se for them to get that turnaround kill, but still very effective. The other thing to keep in mind is that Keeper of the Forest isn't going to run a gank on the middle lane. Tempest might, and when you have a jungler like that they have a lot of lockdown here with the Fade in the middle lane. If he's able to sneak in, get a good angle while the lane's pushed up, Fade lands out the stun, all they need is that little bit of extra stun duration from the Tempest, Glacial Blast, and they can get a kill. So
yeah.
I said in a straight up lane, Fade Luna does have the disadvantage a bit in my opinion, but there are a lot of things that come into play.
Yeah, well, so far, I mean, obviously only now just coming up to 2 minutes here, so very early on. But it's a 7-1 Pebbles versus a 5-3 Fade now, so very back and forth. Torture a little bit risky right here. He's going for the top rune. It won't spawn, though, but he might be in some trouble now. Tempest is coming over. Has that level 1 Glacial Blast. Not going to use it, though, Impalement's activated. Tempest was fairly low himself, and he also saw Pharaoh actually somewhat running over. So they both decided to turn around. It was a bottom rune, and actually it was picked up, it looks like.
Yeah, just an invisibility picked up by Keeper, burned right away. He was just sitting there to take it. We talked about neutral lane, the Pebbles having the advantage, and there we go.
Yep. Able to control that. Bottom lane matchup, you got your Magmus versus the Master of Arms. You would think Haxorn is having a very good time down here. Right now, 11-2. Holy crap, Kazu, 13-1. I mean, he's played the Suicide Magmus a lot lately again, and he knows what he's doing with it. He's doing very well here at this bottom lane.
He's very effective in that lane. The Volcanic Touch definitely allows him to get a lot of chain creep kills, and it's very difficult to deal with.
Yeah, and even being a ranged hero, you see him a little bit taking some harassment there from the Volcanic Touch. So, which is level 2.
Master of Arms range.
Oh, level 1, excuse me. What's up?
Master of Arms range. What actually is that? Oh wow! Look at that! Look at that! He got a point of his pulse cannon.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Just for a little bit of extra range against this Magmus. I guess the.
Yeah, he did buff it up, the extra range and whatnot. So, wanted to maybe stay out of that Volcanic Touch range. Or what is the radius on that? It's 400? Yeah, 400 radius. To help him even. Also a little bit more harassment potential in that laning phase. But yeah, I mean, Magmus is winning this creep farm down here, believe it or not. So, that's very good for Stay Green. The fact that he's able to compete so well.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
The Arachnid, man, I forgot about the skin. I brought it up last time, but it quacks. I can't, once you hear it, you can't unhear it is the problem.
It just sticks with you.
Yeah.
How is Slicks doing? 19-10 here, up here against a 9-2 Moon Meander on Pharaoh, so.
Yeah, that's expected. I mean, Arachnid is a superb laner in a 1v1 situation, especially against a melee. He's got the level 5 now. He's got the rundown here with the web shot. Going to be very easy for Tempest to come out of gank if Moon Meander is not careful. They do have that ward below, however. They do have vision of Tempest right now, so he knows how to be playing this a bit safe.
Yeah, you see Moon falling back right there again. He has the full vision right now of Tempest, so has a great idea of where he is, of course. Tempest did bottle up that illusion rune, so taking advantage of the bottom. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Pebble's going to go on, but they're going to turn it on to Swindlemelons right here. No kill again coming out necessarily, but a lot of harassment between the sides. And actually, Fade thinking about maybe going back in, but no, bottle charges being used. And neither side will get a kill out of it, so...
Check out Pebbles' CS, too. I mean, it's exactly
just,
as we sort of thought it would be. I mean, Pebbles didn't get that CS. The Tempest has not run a gank yet, just choosing to power level instead, sort of get that early advantage over Keeper of the Forest, which is fine. I mean, it's a very neutral game so far across the board. Both teams are... Ooh, Magnus actually being a little bit aggressive there with his stun. Master of Arms having to run back. Keizu's keeping up the pressure, man.
Yeah, that level 1 Volcanic Touch, no doubt doing a lot of work for him. And speaking of the creep farm, 28-3 now compared to your 28-5 Master of Arms. So he's keeping neck and neck at the very least. Here we go, Tempest, though. You talked about this. Is he going to come in and get a stun maybe? No, chain reactions go off. And Fade will be stunned. He did actually get the stun off onto Pebbles, but he was just way too far away at that time. So great job. And actually a nice chuck right there, canceling the health pot on the Swindlemelons. As well as a Tormented Soul flying in. So Swindlemelons actually needs to be pretty careful right here. And in fact, Keeper of the Forest, he's going towards the bottom area. He may go for a flank right here. He does have Root. He's level 6.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, they know. They know.
Yep. They saw him coming over.
Still very good. It forces them to fall back. Gives Pebbles even more free farm time. That being said, we do see Tempest continually sort of speed farming, doing this thing, and he is taking off. I mean, actually, 280 GPM, not the craziest, and we've seen a much larger disparity between Keeper of the Forest players and Tempest before. So I give credit to Riser, and yeah, it's not the. Maybe it's due to the spawns. I didn't get to keep track because I know Chessie didn't actually get to gank anything this game. Maybe it was a little bit due to the spawns or how it played out. But yeah, he doesn't have that 300 plus GPM we sometimes see at the 6-minute mark for a Tempest.
Yeah. I still am damn impressed by KZ here on this Magnus. The fact that Suicide Magnus, I mean, in a sense, it is kind of a 1 versus 1, sure, but even that, I mean, it's melee versus range. I mean, you don't necessarily think Magnus has that true 1v1 hero, but he is up there with the tops of the game as far as GPM goes. Now, right as I say that, I probably just cursed him.
You did.
A little bit of trouble.
For the Forest, do they have any true vision for him, though?
It doesn't look like it, actually.
No.
Okay, they're not going to go in.
All right, question. Is Haxorn going to keep leveling up his Pulse Cannon, or is he going to get a stun, or is he opting for 1 point of stun and then max Pulse Cannon plus W?
I think he's going to go for the max of the stun next.
Okay, just wanted the 25 extra range for the laning, the 8% base damage, and a little bit of extra positioning.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Yeah, just the extra, lane potential. Again, as Magnus has clearly shown, I mean, he has his own presence quite a bit, so it's very valid. But yeah, I definitely see him maxing out that Q first, personally. But we'll see.
Yeah, I would probably suggest it.
Yep. Top lane, Tempest is up here with Arachna, as you can see. Pharaoh's actually in a very odd spot. He's all the way up here near the tower of the Hellborn team, and he's like, guys, team, what can I do? If he shows himself, obviously he puts himself in a very big danger. He isn't level 6 just yet, so he can't really also counter maybe with some port-ins necessarily the most effective. So SG is just going to take full advantage. They're going to easily push this top tower in. So there you go, 8 minutes in and top tower gone. Arachna's farm starting to really jump up. They're now at 390 gold per minute and counting.
Yep.
As he ports out.
Does go with the Steam Boot spell, just opting to get very tanky. He has 1 point in his Hardened Carapace. Instead of, we see him sometimes he actually skips it early on to go for more precision just for better lane control, but he's doing just fine without it. Can definitely escape a Keeper gank. Doing pretty damn well right now. The other thing is, I'm looking at SG's lineup. They could have taken that Pebble, and they're leading Golden Experience right now, but they actually could have had the Pebbles, and 42 and 8 Pebbles versus 18 and 4 Fade. Could have had additional sort of resource control in the early game, just thinking the Fade's line stun, the Fade's map control is that much more worth it for what they're trying to do.
Ooh. Bottom lane, I caught that just before the kill happened, but obviously Torture coming in and helping to set up a kill on to Magnus right there. Master of Arms also doing plenty of damage. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, they're going to try to capitalize on the initiation on the Fade. Keeper of the Forest coming in with the Root. Pebbles with his combo. And down goes Fade right there. Now look at the top lane, though. Pharaoh's the one in a lot of trouble. He is going to Mummy Wall. That great Mummy Wall will push back Tempest. It blocks him. And that might be enough for Pharaoh to actually sneak on out of here. It looks like it is. So all across the board, that looked pretty well for complexity there.
Yeah, they're running the turnaround. This is going to be a guaranteed mid-tower drop. I mean, Fade's up in 2 seconds. Oh, Magnus did TP. Are they going to try to go for it? The glyph is...
Yep, there you go. Tower falls. A lot of ports, and he ain't going to get anything out of it, at least in a deny sense.
Did he cancel his port on Fade?
I think he did, and that was probably on accident if he did.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't see any reason not to, or to do it, so. Yeah, that's big. That's a lot of resources obviously used right there by SG to get basically nothing out of it, so.
Yeah, I mean, Fade's a great hero once again, but we talked about the Pebbles versus Fade. I mean, you're seeing this 360 GPM Pebbles now versus 170 GPM Fade. I would have liked to see, they seemed like they were keeping the lane back a lot. I would have liked to see Chessie just sort of sneak up there, up the hill, go with the Fade Sun, go with the Illuna Sun, land the Glacial Blast, and establish lane control for the Fade that way. And I thought that was their game plan when they had the little bit more aggressive jungler and Tempest early on compared to the Keeper of the Forest, but it didn't come together, and I mean, they could be the one sitting on like 350 GPM Pebbles versus 150 GPM Fade right here, and you know, maybe taking enough to survive that gank there. It could be a totally different situation.
Yeah. Speaking of Pebbles, double damage rune on him now. So if he gets a chance to get his combo off, it should pretty much be a guaranteed kill. Honestly, on anyone right now on this Hellborn team. So Pebbles is going to set himself up. They want to try to get this Fade here. Fade is level 6, of course. You see Franzi putting down a Ward of Revelation in case Fade was trying to get fancy there. But for the time being, that's not happening. So
right, but look at where Z-Freak had the ward there. He was very aware of the Pebbles positioning, and
True.
It doesn't seem like Complexity is aware of that ward placement.
Yep, just sitting there, which was very recently placed here, as you mentioned, by Z-Freak. Playing that Illuna. So has plenty of information to work with. In the meantime, Arachna just going to be in the jungle against Slixus, showing especially lately that he can farm very well in Arachna, despite what people out there may say. When it comes out of the hero in general being able to farm effectively. But he'll actually take over Skeleton King right there with his Whispering Helm pickup that he just finished. So this is what he does, because Whispering Helm into that Firebrand. Then we'll see from there.
And from there, he gets Shrunken Head usually, and that's 3 escape mechanisms coming out for Keeper. And just the magical burst damage that Legion is trying to put out.
So, for now though, continues to be a little bit more farm-style game. Master of Arms, how about him, by the way? Haxorn here. Energizer finished, got the Steam Boots here, the Mystic Vestments, and his farm is nearing that 400 gold per minute himself, so Haxorn has actually done a very good job down here. In this bottom lane, especially with the Magma success that he had. So,
couple things that can deal with the Spider this game. Master of Arms and his, what is that? The Pulse Cannon. If he switches it to whatever it's called when he's in red form, that's going to give him a really high attack speed. If one of his teammates gets spidered, he can turn that.
Oh, nice steal by Moon Meander there. Yep, great Wrath of the Pharaoh takes the haste rune, and then joins his team in the bottom lane. Very good play by Moon.
Yeah, he had to act very quick, and he got it off. I was going to say the Pulse Cannon, though, it can drop that Spider very quickly. I believe it only takes 4 auto attacks, maybe 5 attacks.
I think they buffed it, yeah. But still, you're all right. Torture in the meantime at the bottom lane. The Red Master's Call going to come out right there. Root going to be coming out. Tempest, he ulti too! And canceled the Tempest ultimate right there. And now Chessie's in a horrible spot. Mummy Wall comes up. He's going to end up falling. Now Torture does get picked off. Support Torture, though. Then comes Fade trying to open right there. The tower falls in favor of the Legion team, though. And now Fade, he's on the run. Pebbles chasing, has to Lagmites, just cannot get close enough, though. And the damage is done. Tempest and Illuna fall for Torture, but the tower on top of that in favor of Complexity. And they may actually continue this as, the Slixus Skeleton King right there was still attacking. It eventually falls after as well. So, Complexity, they're going to keep this push going and very possibly can get this tower as well.
Yeah, Pebbles being a great source of momentum here for the Complexity team. About to pick up this portal key, and I like their decision not to overextend and go for that tower. I mean, they're going to safely chip away at it here instead of keeping the Pebbles up front. Very well played.
Geez. Oh, he chucked Master of Arms in a horrible spot. That could be devastating, actually. He has Energizer, not using it, finally going off right there. Ouch. Okay, I mean, that got him the tower kill, but he basically sacrificed his teammate right there to do so. And now Beacon, okay, Invulnerability, but Nature's Veil comes out. Yeah, that was a completely missed
I guess Nature's Veil came out and they didn't have true vision for him, too.
Yeah, not able to hit.
That's actually why.
Well, okay, so the big picture, I think Complexity is still definitely coming out on top there, but
yeah,
it did sacrifice a Master of Arms. That was kind of silly. Especially
they got the tower kill at least in the end with that Pebbles chalk, but nice counter pick. And B-Kid, he's looking like he wants to maybe make something happen here. They're running back, and they have to be careful here for SG, man.
Oh, Illuna is going to go for it. No, he did just get the portal key, but yeah, Luna's just too far. She's at half-life right there. Oh, Fade is actually...
As such, they know he has a portal key now.
Yeah. Trying to do these double stack Ancients over here. Magmus actually looks like he's focused farm. Magmus had that great start. It's obviously slowed a little bit now for KZoo. He's 1-1-1 overall here. He's 1370 gold though saved up. Got those build up items, so definitely the portal key next in line for him most likely. Obviously that portal key on Pebbles as we talked about, big there. Master of Arms, the Shrunken Head being worked on for him. And you even have a Beastar picked up on Moonmeander actually pinned the Pharaoh, so.
Yeah, I want to give the mid-game team fight to complexity. Just looking at the teams right now, looking how they can deal with the Tempest, looking at how their start is going. Astrolabe picked up by the Keeper. I want to give them the team fight advantage if both teams were play equally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Astrolabe big. You know, it would be kind of cool to. Oh, actually, top lane Master of Arms being jumped on. He is pretty tanky, and actually here comes Pharaoh. The Spider Sting is out, but he's going to deepen the Master's Call right here. He's looking to turn this around on the Fade. The Spider Sting dies right there, and now Fade he'll be comboed down as B-Kid jumps in with that portal key. So again, Master of Arms, he's pretty damn tanky, as he showed right there, and they're easily turn that around. So
and combined with the call, and actually I think more important too, also to note how Moonmeander he hooked in. But when he went to go place his mummy walls, he was very careful, making sure he created a sort of a barricade for his teammate. Moved over to the left a little bit, waited until he got the perfect spot to land his mummy walls.
Yeah. And complexity. They group up here now, and of course going to push this tower out of this. Now the Hellborn team, they are looking to set up some defense, it looks like. Tempest in the background, and by no means a portal key, but a port coming in right there from Fade, who didn't buy back. She just simply resurrected. Keeping the force running again, though. A big root coming out of the tower will be denied. Magnus will fall, though. And the rest of the team, will they actually go in? coL coming out from Fade right there, but now she's out of resources. She needs to fall back. The goo is down. Pharaoh's chasing with the Hellfire onto Arachna. No, can't catch in the mummy wall, though, as Arachna was barely just too far away. Aluna's going to go for the port out. I don't think that's going to happen, though. The chain reactions hit. Down she goes. Complexity definitely winning this fight. Again, the tower was denied, but actually B-Kid going to be jumping right here with the portal key. Chucks back in Spider right there. Says, get back there, bitch. Arachna now going to combo down, it looks like. And down goes Slicks. Fade out using the invis right there just to help her get away. So Complexity continues the pursuing, and it works out big for them.
Yeah. Doing a fantastic job there. All the momentum they need, honestly, in this game is being established. Arachna, even that kill on her, dropping her down to 300 GPM now. Master Arms 400, almost 420. Pebbles almost 400 himself. They're just relentless.
Yeah. Well, remember last game? I mean, Stay Green had the very good early lead, kind of like this game here. And then Complexity in that game, and you know, the folding off, and then eventually Stay Green won. So you kind of wonder if they have a similar story here, just in the opposite direction. But yeah, nonetheless, Complexity has the early lead and looking strong for them.
Yeah, and what do we like to talk about whenever we see a Pharaoh, especially rocking this Chalice build? I mean, it means infinite rockets. No matter where he is, he likes to keep those Ancients blocked. So as the game moves on, if they keep this advantage, it's one way to keep resource control. Another nice thing about rockets is if you have an idea of where Fade might be trying to sneak up onto your team, it does give you that lingering vision. When you use the Tormented Soul combined with True Sight, it can be very troublesome for Fade to deal with.
Yeah.
Another reason why I think I would have preferred to see the Pebbles pick this game.
Yeah, you pointed that out at the picking stage. So, Master of Arms, he has enough for that Shrunken Head now. So just going to clean up that creep wave there, and we'll probably see the pattern purchased. In fact, there you go. So Shrunken Head on top of that Energizer and Steam Boots here for Haxerin. Continuing to have a fine impact here for the team. And actually get a lightning speed beacon right here. Beacon will jump in. And Z-Freak, he doesn't even know what hit him right there.
It's a massacre.
It's one thing to have that portal key on Pebbles just normally, but you add an offensive Master's Call on that, and it's pretty damn scary, man. So.
Yeah, the follow-up damage enough. I mean, combined with the Steam Boots, it gives him a fair amount of. I mean, it's level 2. What is the attack speed on that actually? 75 attack speed. I mean, come on, that's more than a warp collapse. I mean, he will be hitting hard.
Yeah, the cast speed, the attack speed, the movement speed. I mean, just everything, well, is energized. And we saw right there. So, Soul's Bulwark just picked up by Beacon, by the way. That's always a big item on Pebbles. He's level 11, so he's maximum power.
It increases his solo kill potential as well.
Arachna, I mean, I will say Slicks on Arachna here. Yeah, his farm is definitely not been the most shining, especially let alone Slicks in general, but on this Arachna as of late, he's usually able to do very well when it comes to his farm. But
it's the pressure that normally SG is the one creating it. This time Complexity is creating it. They're just not giving him the room. So much of it is about just map control. When you look at the carries farm, people like to, of course, the carry player. I mean, the decisions he makes in team fights, all that, and his farming patterns, what have you. But a lot of it, you have to look back to the team and how the team is doing it. It usually reflects in the carries farm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely been the pace of Complexity right now. Magnus with the portal key, by the way. That's, of course, huge. He is level 11 on top of that. So we'll see. Maybe that can come into play here. I don't know if he's really exposed it just yet. Oh, never mind. Tormented Soul hits, and Complexity now definitely knows that he has a portal key. So
yeah, I mean, look at Fade this game. 400 gold saved up. Boots of speed, vestments, nothing really. Look at Pebble's items. He has his steam boots completed, and on top of that, a portal key and a bulwark. I mean, he's just night and day ahead of this Fade.
Yeah. All right, Arachna kind of almost tempting something. She does have that hardened carapace, remember. It's only level 1, but still quite a bit here for the Hellborn side. Tower falling, Eruption being channeled in the back on Fade, going to be dropped right there. The offensive master call, Fade just gets annihilated, but Magnus actually takes on Torture. That's a support Torture. The Aluna nearly dies basically very quickly right there. Magnus getting caught in the root. Magnus will fall. Pebbles is running around trying to find his next victim. That may be Tempest right here. There's a chuck. The Wrath of the Pharaoh connects, and Tempest will definitely fall here. He has an ultimate, but that'd be silly to use, of course, as the taunt kill comes out. The tower also going to fall. Yeah, Luna barely surviving, but
did you see that? I mean, okay, the Tempest stun really did lock down the Pebbles. That was a little bit unfortunate. Did you see how much damage Pebbles did in one double damage hit to that Luna? It was literally half of the light bar got smashed.
That was one hit, really? Yeah.
Yeah, it was one hit plus a toss, like brought her down to like 10% health.
Yeah. That's well, again, a double damage rune. I mean, at this point, yeah, he's
plus
a beast.
The bulwark, and
he's a beast.
4 armor, so he's bringing him almost to 0 for pure damage, basically.
Complexity. Oh, Faith thought she had an opening right there, but the bound eye spots there, and Pebbles catches Swindamelons off guard right there. Magnus, again, he's back, but the Eruption's down. He has a Lava Surge still. This Melee Rax is definitely going to fall. They're trying to capitalize. Maybe Spider Sting out on the Pharaoh right there. He chucks back in Magnus, though. The Team of the Master's calling a Pharaoh. Pharaoh's still alive. The Tempest ultimate going to be used right there. It's going to be a good duration. Finally canceled by Stalagmites, but the damage done on a Pharaoh outlays. But now Tempest, he's the one on the run. You see the red coming out from Master of Arms right there with the auto attacks. Tempest will barely get away. And B-Kid, I think you actually went a little bit too far there. The slow from Arachna is way too powerful. And a double tap for Slick, so.
Master of Arms, you said you used the red shield. Who did you use it on?
He used it on Pharaoh, who got jumped initially.
Okay. Did Pharaoh need it to survive? Or, I mean, I just saw Master of, I mean, Pebbles just needed a little bit of extra oomph.
Oh, Pharaoh popped back. Wow. Yeah, but Pharaoh popped back. But yeah, it was used on Pharaoh. The Spider Sting was out on him using the front line, so.
I see.
Trying to help keep him alive.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, okay, Pebble's overextending, but they got the racks. He's still sitting in a very healthy pool of gold. Fate is still nowhere near a portal key. It is still looking very, very sound for their team.
Again, Stay Green loves to do this, though. These are times like this where the other team's feeling good about themselves, but they may have died right there, and they're going to try to Ninja Conquer, but easily spotted by the Tormented Soul, so this is going to be interesting to see if they actually commit to it. Which they actually are, it looks like.
They can't win this engage. The Keeper has his ulti, Tempest does not. They cannot win this engagement. There's no way.
Those are Fate Illusions right there. They just are going to scout it out a little bit. But it looks like Complexity will scare them off, as you're saying. It's be kind of silly for Stay Green to try to fight right here. But now Complexity kind of, I mean, Conquer's at half life, too. Try to maybe get him yourself here.
Hellborn advantage not showing itself so far in the series.
Yeah, that's right. Very true. You got, Pebbles. Pebbles getting aggressive here. Taking advantage of that Nature's Veil.
The whack-a-mole game, it's about to start. He's looking for an angle, man.
Fate is invis, but do they have a bound eye on somebody? It's Pharaoh.
Yeah,
not close
shit.
enough.
He used this out of the range of that.
Yep.
They have to be aware Tempest has no ultimate. They should feel pretty bold going into these fights. I don't think they have too much to worry about. Still, they just want to play it safe.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely just playing it safe. I mean, they have a 12,000 gold lead, a 6,000 experience lead. Don't want to really give that opening to SG. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Without a Tempest ultimate especially, do they really have that much to worry about? I mean, sure, level 2 Eruption can be pretty critical, but just play it smart. But yeah, not going to really go for it. They are still in the vicinity. In fact, another Tormented Soul right there. We'll see if Pharaoh maybe finds his opening. Possibly. Fate's still kind of pushing up. She just falls back right there, though. So, Complexity not going to dive in just yet.
So and look at SG being scouted out by this ward from Frenzy, and they have no idea it's there.
Yep. Franzi giving them plenty of vision, but again, Complexity not even doing chip damage on Kongor. They're just in the vicinity, keeping Stay Green guessing at the very least.
Yeah, well, they have total map control. I'm looking to see if Stay Green has any vision. Do not see it at all.
Yeah. Okay, they are going to go back in here. I was going to say, God, the opportunity is definitely there. They are going to go for it. There is a haste turn on Pebbles, by the way, too. He has that bottled up. Yeah, Stay Green, they probably even know what's going on. Red Power Throw actually coming out. I don't know if it actually went on Kongor, but it's going to be a Kongor kill, most likely. Ports are coming in, though. Oh, Stay Green, they want to try to maybe make something happen, but it's not going to be in time, so this is going to be a token of life here.
Kongor goes down.
There you go into Pebbles. Oh, Wrath of the Pharaoh just missing. Pebbles doesn't care, though. Beacon going the man-up mode. Eruption being channeled on the background. Keeper Root comes out. There's the Eruption jumping from Magmus. Not the most damage. Spider Sting on the Keeper of the Forest. Aluna will fall so far. 2-0 exchange in favor of the Legion team. Keeper of the Forest, he might end up falling right here. No, the Nature's Spell coming out. He'll be fine. Meanwhile, up here, Pebbles has that token of life. He will continue to go balls to the wall. Master of Arms using the lightning speed on himself. Arachna hiding in the trees right here. Somehow finding a hiding spot, but he's going to be gone on. In comes Magmus with the stun. Trying to save his teammate, but he just might have suicided himself as well. Down goes Arachna, down goes Magmus. Pebbles will resurrect. GG's being called. And game number 2 going to be going to Complexity Gaming here. We now have a 2-1 series lead in favor of Complexity as a result of that. So definitely a quicker game there, Emperor.
Yeah, I made my thoughts very clear about that game, what I thought went wrong for SG. I thought if they were giving up and they wanted that fade for the map control, they do something early to create that lane control for them with the Tempest gank. They